Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to another action figure review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Lost World Jurassic Park Bull T.rex. Now, this figure is supposed to be the male Tyrannosaurus from that film, just like how the Thrasher T.rex was supposed to be the female Tyrannosaur of that film, so yeah. And a little backstory with this figure. This figure was originally going to be released in 1994, and it was going to be called the Gulper T.rex, where if you had a human figure, this figure would swallow that whole and you could retrieve that figure from this little pouch right here. And if you're wondering why there are a bunch of brown paper bags, that is because of storage. So, yeah. Or when I say storage, when people a lot of people had this figure when they were a kid, or not a lot, but basically this this was flattened, over time. People would just stack stuff on top of it in container bins or whatever. So, yeah. This figure will get flat over time, and the way to fix that would be to put brown paper bags in it. So, yeah, bottom line, that's why that's a thing. So, yeah, cut to 3 years later when the Lost World actually comes out, and we'd actually see the figure again, but not as the Gulper T.rex. Instead, we would see it as the Bull T.rex, and this figure was actually never released in the UK. It was, I think it was exclusive to America, but it was never in the UK. I don't know about any other country or continent or whatever, but yeah, bottom line, this was only in America for what I know. What am I trying to say here? This was only released in America that I know of. There we go. So, yeah. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's take a look at the paint on this figure. And the paint on this figure is pretty nice. So, for most of the body, we have this greenish, bluish color with black stripes going down the body. Most of the figure is just brownish color, which looks nice. Underneath the figure, we have white. The eyes are painted green, but what's really cool is that this figure has glass eyes. And no other Jurassic Park figure has this, so yeah, this figure is pretty special. The nose right here is black. The teeth are a dirty white color. And the membrane here is pink, as well as the tongue and the roof of the mouth. The toe claws are painted black, but for some reason the finger claws aren't painted black. It really is a shame, because a lot of T-rex figures for Jurassic Park, they never paint the finger claws, which is, kind of an issue, or kind of a problem, but it's whatever. And, yeah, that's pretty much it for the paint on this figure. It's not bad, it's pretty damn good. Not as good as the Thrasher T-rex, but the white underneath this figure is, better, so, yeah. Anyway, the paint gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the articulation, and the articulation on this figure is what you would expect. So the arms would rotate 360. There's a bend in the wire, just so this figure could, fit in the box like that. And it's kind of a pain to straighten it out. And this is why this figure was called the Gulper T.rex. So you take your human figure, and then you'd put it down the throat of this figure. And then you would be able to pull it out from underneath here. So, yeah. And that's pretty much it for the articulation on this figure. It's not bad. It's what you would expect for a Kenner, rubber dinosaur, so yeah. The articulation, it's alright, so it gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the sculpt, and the sculpt on this figure is really nice. To me, this looks more like the T-rex from the first movie than the Red Rex did. In my opinion, anyway. Something I really like more about this figure than the Thrasher T-rex is that this figure has a really long tail, and I like that. At first, I kind of thought the feet were a little bit cartoonish, but it kind of grown me a little bit more, so the feet look fine. And, yeah. The teeth are sculpted nicely. We can see how some of the teeth are kind of broken there. And a little bit up top here. And yeah. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the sculpt of this figure is pretty good. So the sculpt gets a pass. Now I'll take a look at the detailing. And the detailing, once again, Kenner does a great job. So, yeah. Moving to the head, we can see that everything is detailed nicely. We can see all the cracks in the skin. Couple scales here and there. I'm stuttering today, I know. Yeah, the membrane is detailed okay. The tongue is a little short, but it looks nice. The roof of the mouth is okay looking. All of the creases in the neck right here look amazing, not gonna lie. Moving to the arm, we can see that there are little cracks. And the two fingers are detailed nicely as well. We can see a bit of a rib cage here. And more like creases in the skin, which look nice. More creases at the leg. And the scales on top of the feet right here look pretty damn good. Going to the tail, we can see that there are more creases and whatnot, which look amazing. Same with the underside. Bit of scaling. And the underside of the feet are detailed really nicely, not gonna lie. Right here we have 1997, Amblin, all that stuff. And the top of the figure is what you would expect, just more really nice looking creases. And that is pretty much it for the detailing on this figure. Should you get this figure? Yes, this figure is amazing. I love this figure a lot. It costed me about 10 bucks, but online this figure is a lot more expensive, especially if you're trying to look for a complete, because this figure actually does come with a man in a cage, so you actually can, like, so I'll, like, put that figure in the stomach and, yeah, the gulper effect. But, yeah, I don't have that, unfortunately, but if you go to Google Images, I'm sure you can find what it looks like, but, yeah. This figure is very expensive, but if you can find it for a good deal, definitely get it. And if you want to know how big this figure is, here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. And they scale up okay next to each other. It's not like an actual, like, you know, Lost World human figure, but it still kind of works. Anyway, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, Zach out.